If you're wondering why I still have a smile on my face, it's because on September 17th, 2021, our great governor signed into law the Climate Equitable Jobs Act.
As we come to the end of what was a monumental year for climate and energy policy in Illinois, I want to thank the volunteers who helped make that happen.
Illinois is now the home of the most equitable climate statute in the nation.
I really want to thank all climate campaigners and state legislators of Illinois for passing the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act.
To every single Illinoisan, and there were tens of thousands of you that sent an email, showed up at a lobby day, made a phone call, did a student strike. So many different ways that we built this movement and showed the clear public demand for action on climate and equity. That's what gave us the power to win.
Whether you showed up at phone banks, called your legislators' offices, showed up at their offices directly, or showed up in the streets, we could not have kept the pressure on and passed such a strong bill with so many climate and equity measures in it if it hadn't been for you.
I'd like to send a special thank you to all of the activists, nonprofit organizations who are statewide who helped to make this bill pass.
Because of the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, Illinois is nation leading in its policies on climate and equity. We want to thank so many people so much for this victory.
Gracias a su apoyo, Illinois es ahora el hogar de la ley climática más equitativa de la nación.
I would like to thank everybody who helped make the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act a thing instead of some far-off fairy tale.
I want to thank everyone who told Governor Pritzker and their legislators that they support the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act.
A huge thank you to Governor Pritzker and to Speaker Welch, who really understood the value of the policies to not only address a big environmental threat, but to create jobs and to make our communities healthier.
Thank you to our governor, his team, as well as key legislators, the Speaker, the Senate President, and then others who have did the heavy lifting. We appreciate your hard work.
I wanted to say thank you to our lead negotiators, Delmar, Andrew, and Jack, for the hard work that they put in to make sure that every part of this bill was as strong as it could be.
Just wanted to take a moment to thank Governor Pritzker, the legislators, especially my own, the activists, the volunteers, the community organizations who spent the last 3 years advocating for the passage of the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act.
I'm sure there are numerous people for whom I wore out my welcome, but the ones I would like to thank are Deputy Governor Christian Mitchell, Laura Roach, Jessica Himes, Rhea Scudder, our great sponsors, Senator Christina Castro and Representative Ann Williams.
I particularly want to thank Representative Sue Scheer for her support in passing this legislation.
I'm thankful for my state representative, Leader Robin Gable. Robin, CEJA never would have passed without you.
I'd like to thank the Respiratory Health Association and all the other organizations that helped to get the Clean Energy Jobs Act passed.
And I just wanted to take time to thank all of our faith leaders and our churches and our faith communities that helped us get this important legislation passed.
I wanted to send my heartfelt appreciation to a lot of the technical staff who worked in the Senate, worked in the House, worked in the governor's office, who often were behind the scenes but were absolutely crucial.
I want to thank all of the Clean Power Lake County volunteers who have worked tirelessly over the past few years to pass CEJA.
I just want to take a moment to thank another one of our organizers, Taishiana Bankhead, for all of the hard work that she put in.
I want to give a special shout out to Naomi Davis of Blacks and Green.
And I want to thank all of the parents who advocated for the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act on behalf of their children and my children and our future grandchildren to have a livable climate and a legacy of climate action here in Illinois when it mattered most.
And most of all, we want to thank you, all of the members of Illinois' environmental movement who took action every time we asked to contact their legislators to let them know that climate action in Illinois was a priority for all of us.
I want to thank all the downstate organizers and advocates, especially those in coal communities.
I think we show that a people and planet-centered bill gets done when women are in the room.
Sin su esfuerzo y dedicación, esto no hubiera sido posible. Muchas gracias.
Y'all got on a bus at the crack of dawn to go to Springfield. You interrupted your days to call your legislators, and you spent your evenings in public hearings instead of with your family and friends.
It is so important to have a clean energy and clean air future here in our state. And I couldn't be more proud of everyone who worked on the legislation and the fact that it passed.
Together, we made Illinois home to the most equitable climate bill in the nation.
Thank you for creating a better future for my children.
Your dedication made a difference. We could not have passed the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act without you.
And I want to say thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So on behalf of the Proctor staff and on behalf of my 1-year-old and 3-year-old, we thank you.
Felicidades a la victoria y la lucha continúa.
The struggle continues, and so do we.